Unfortunately, they did not know that Babaji was not carrying anything of that worth for this material world. I will be ever grateful to the gods. My prayer was answered. I am very lucky person. I am the most luckiest on earth today. We wanted to take the soil where his footprints were printed and Om Namaste. Hope all are fine. Once again, very happy to meet all of you. Come, let us see what is there in Life and Journey of Mahavatar Babaji, Part 9. Babaji gets into the ferry. It is almost sunset time, but in those days, even in night also, the ferry and ship were carrying on, depending upon the sea tides. It is almost 25 minutes or half more than time to reach mainland of India from the Mannar. As it would become dark due to sunset, everybody were in a hurry to start the journey and move out. The ferry also started moving. Within the ferry, along with Babaji, 4 of his disciples, some of the members who were very adamant to come with Babaji, all put together about 15 or 16 members were there. All were raising the slogans in praise of Babaji, and they were keeping themselves engaged. Some people came out waving their hands to the members who were standing outside. The ferry was moving. So all got into the ferry, and everybody assumed that the ferry is taking a forward movement. But after few minutes of journey, all of them came to know that the ferry is wandering here and there only, and it has not taken any forward movement. The reason was not communicated to Mahavatar Babaji, but everybody were murmuring. After a little while, Babaji came to know and got a very clear picture what it is going on. By the time the ferry had almost returned to the shore of Mannar, then only Babaji came to know there was an attempt by the sea pirates. Sea pirates are a group of gang members who will intercept the ferry or ship and loot whatever the possession they have. Unfortunately, they did not know that Babaji was not carrying anything of that worth for this material world. But after coming to know that it is an empty vessel, nothing is there for them to loot, they have taken leave and discharged themselves, even without meeting Mahavatar Babaji. They thought he is some Muni, some Fakir, some Swamiji. And the inmates with Babaji did not want to also to disclose about Babaji for obvious reasons. Ferry or ship and loot whatever the possession they have. All put together, the sum total is Babaji has not left the shore at all. Astonishingly, after taking a while forward journey, those sea pirates probably something inner mind ticked them. They had come back to the shore, and all of them came and submitted before Mahavatar Babaji, prostrating Sashtanga Namaskara for forgiveness for their ignorance of what had happened, what they intercepted the ferry, making a hurdle, making Babaji not to continue the journey. Babaji advised them not to seek any apology, not to feel bad for what had happened, only to correct yourselves. That correction itself will bring lots and lots of transformation within you. At later date, I was given an account by Mahavatar Babaji. These sea pirates also had become disciple of Mahavatar Babaji, and they were sent at various places in order to give service to the human society. Coming back to this shore incident where the ferry has reached, astonishingly, the members of the send-off committee who had followed Mahavatar Babaji were waiting there only, because at a distance they could see the ferry not going far away. Some lights were burning, so they wanted to know what had happened to. It has become very dark. Any movement this way or that way was not possible. Babaji decided to erect a camp there only and stay for the day, so that after the sunrise he can continue the journey. With this in mind, Babaji advised his team to look for some shelter or erect some shelter so that we will stay here. Not waiting for any kind of instruction or guidance, all the members who had come to give send-off to Babaji were always carrying full set of vessels, food grains, ready to make huts, etc. Within no time, the shelter is ready, the food is ready. All the send-off party had very joyful entertainment on that day night. They were communicating to each other that I was praying to God, please allow us to stay with Mahavatar Babaji for the day and for this night, for which act of kindness I will be ever grateful to the gods. My prayer was answered. I am very lucky person. I am the most luckiest on earth today. Such kind of remarks they were passing on between themselves. And after the dinner is over, Babaji wanted to rest for the day, making it clear to everybody that early morning they will set themselves for the onward journey to mainland, and there should be no crying or weeping, such kind of activities. I am expecting every one of you to be with me and give me send off with open happiness, blissfulness to the brim of your heart content. I should feel that all of you are happy. With this promise, all went for sleep. Some members were roaming here and there to guard Mahavatar Babaji, and the shift was continuing as such. Around 4:30 in the morning, around the last jamam of the night and the first jamam of the day, in Brahma Muhurta, Babaji got up, and there were small springs one could dig where you can get pure water. Some of the members prepared themselves spring water for Mahavatar Babaji. There are natural springs also even today at Mannar region. Early morning, Babaji had his comfortable bath. Some millet items were served to Babaji early morning. They were about to commence their journey. Astonishingly, a big group was approaching Mahavatar Babaji where they were camping. Taken by shock, they did not know what is happening, who is this, how they came to know about the overnight stay of Mahavatar Babaji here. But on the other part, none of the members who were approaching did know anything about cancellation of the trip or ferry was cancelled, all such things. They felt that it is a sheer luck. We thought we may meet Mahavatar Babaji. We were delayed en route. But anyhow, even if Mahavatar Babaji is not to be seen by us, at least we wanted to take the soil where his footprints were printed and sprinkle on our heads and our family. That itself should have been more than sufficient for our life. This kind of remarks were pouring here and there. But when they approached, Mahavatar Babaji, every individual was carrying lot of vegetables, lot of fruits, lot of eatables for their journey, also to offer to Mahavatar Babaji. One prominent scene in the opposite attracted Mahavatar Babaji, that is a few persons carrying on their shoulder jackfruit in order to offer to Mahavatar Babaji. There were so many fruits they were to offer, but it is that jackfruit which attracted Mahavatar Babaji. The moment Mahavatar Babaji saw the jackfruit, all his memories went behind, and he sat where he was with unmoved. All members thought he is gone for a dhyana, meditation. But Babaji gave an account that ever since he saw the jackfruit carried by a couple of persons who were approaching him, all his thoughts went to an incident which happened in his childhood. That is, one day there was a function going on in the nearby temple where Mahavatar Babaji's father, Vedaranya Gurukul, was a priest in this temple. It was a 3 or 4 days festival affairs. Being the Prohit, being the Pandit of that particular temple, lot of items were stored in Mahavatar Babaji's house. On that day, Babaji was very hungry, as all that is being cooked were said to be prasadam for the temple. We do not taste anything unless and until the prasadams, even if it is main dish like rice and sambar, to be offered as prasadam to the temple deity, still until unless it is offered as a prasadam before the Lord, before the deity, before the Devi, there is a practice even today. We do not taste it at all. There are only 5 items deity accepts, the God accepts, which has been already tasted. One is milk, silk, the honey, the flowers and the fruits. All these items are already tasted by animals and birds and insects and bees. But that which is tasted by human being becomes unfit for offering to the God or the deities. This being the case, Babaji was feeling very hungry. Nothing was there. He found a jackfruit there. He cut them, and out of too much of hungry, almost he ate the entire fruit. He was about to complete the entire portion of the fruit. His mother entered and saw the scene. All the nuts are thrown here and there. The main fruit is missing and Babaji has taken. Probably the mother was reserving this jackfruit for making payasam or the sweet item for offering to the deity. At that moment she was very hungry, and she has given enough beating to Mahavatar Babaji. Not able to withstand the harsh punishment, Babaji ran away from the house, only to return to the home in the late evening. All over his body there was marks of beating by bamboo by mother. He had an allergic towards this jackfruit itself. He gave an account. He is not at all fond of jackfruit, but out of hungry he had to eat. For that matter, Babaji revealed that any fruit in that place would have attracted him to that extent. He was so much hungry. His mother already had fear about Babaji's birth, because they have wrongly assumed that Babaji is born in Rohini Nakshatra instead of Pushya Nakshatra. This confusion, Babaji being the eighth child, taking birth in Rohini Nakshatra, there could be danger to the life of Babaji's mother's younger brother, which exactly happened to Kamsa in Krishna Avatara. This being the assumption, Babaji's mother, at the bit of anger, had to give some beatings through a bamboo stick, which hurt this innocent child who was just 8 or 9 years old. The child did not know anything about the prasadam. It has to be offered, not to be touched. Any such things are not known to the child. But the cooked prasadam was informed by the parents to the child. It has become a regular practice. This incident came in front of Mahavatar Babaji. Now he has a fear to return to the homeland itself. He had an hesitation. How do I return if at all I am recognized by my parents? What would happen? At this stage, all thoughts of Mahavatar Babaji went into his family. More than a comfort zone feeling, Babaji had a fear of facing the parents. If at all they come to know, what would happen? Again, if I have been treated not so well, instead of going to mainland, let me continue my life in Lanka itself, which will be a safe place for me. These kind of thoughts were running in Mahavatar Babaji. As a result, he did not venture into the sea in the ferry as decided. He returns to Lanka back. All the members who were waiting for this situation to happen are very happy. Every individual is dragging Babaji to come to their village, come to their house. Now Babaji had no decision to make where to go, whether to go back to Kadragamam or go to Trikonamalai or to settle in one of the Pancha Ishwarams or to go to a new place. All such things are a kind of confused situation for Mahavatar Babaji. But anyhow, he has told everybody, I am coming with you. For some more time I wanted to stay with you. But all those members who were there very happy. They were assuming that Babaji has actually conceded to their request. But what was going on behind Mahavatar Babaji is this situation. But there are stories which tell that Mahavatar Babaji is fond of jackfruit. And I have also come across members making special prasadam out of jackfruit and offering to Mahavatar Babaji. However, Babaji was very clear to me that anything offered to me by anybody according to their likeness will become my likeness. I will not like or dislike anything. As such, members of my community, my disciples and those following me are free to offer me jackfruit or any other fruit. I have no hesitation to accept or to reject anything. But that incident is a passing incident in my life which had brought in fear. Subsequently, because of that fear only, that fear was removed at a different situation. We will see in the next episode. Let us meet till such time. Om SadGuru Babaji Namaha. Om SadGuru Babaji Namaha. Om SadGuru Babaji Namaha.